The San Francisco 49ers just got hit with the kind of update that you can't help but smile about, especially with training camp knocking on the door. This is the kind of news that makes you sit back and go, yup, that's exactly what I needed to hear today. And for a team like the Niners, where one or two injuries can completely change the dynamic of the offense, hearing something positive, especially about a rookie wide receiver who has a ton of buzz, well, that hits different. I'm talking about Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, him, the rookie everyone has their eyes on. The same guy that people have been cautiously optimistic about all offseason, wondering if he's really going to step up and be that weapon the team hopes he can be. So here's the deal. Word is, Ricky Pearsall is looking ready to go, unless something went off the rails that no one knows about. He's expected to be on that field with the rest of the squad when training camp officially kicks off. That's straight from a reliable update earlier this week, and look, that matters. Because let's be real, the wide receiver room has been through it. Injuries, holdouts, question marks all over the depth chart. Having Pearsall available, active, and ready to compete right out of the gate, that's massive. Because the opportunity in front of him, man, it's as wide open as it's ever going to be in his career. Think about it. Brandon AIYUK is still dealing with some stuff. Jawin Jennings, there's chatter, there's drama. There are rumors about him possibly getting traded, or maybe holding out if contract negotiations don't go the way he wants. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's out there. Meanwhile, Demarcus Robinson, suspension looming, more on that later. But you start to stack all of these situations on top of each other and suddenly, you're looking around that locker room thinking, hey, maybe Pearsall's time is now. And if he shows up to camp and balls out, if he makes the most of this golden runway that's in front of him, he could very realistically start the season as one of the top two wideouts in the rotation. That's not hype, that's just the reality of the current depth chart. And if you play fantasy football, let me just ask you, are you thinking about drafting Ricky Pearsall? Be honest, I'm in a dynasty league myself, and I missed out on him. Regret it already, because his value is only going up from here. The guy was just part of a trade in my league, and both managers hit me up asking if they made the right move. That's how much uncertainty and potential he's carrying into the season. So now here's the actual scoop. According to what was shared earlier this week, nothing has changed from what Kyle Shanahan said back in June. Pearsall hasn't had any setbacks, no issues, no late surprises. He's on track. In fact, Shanahan even said Pearsall probably could have gone during autos, but they played it safe. Just being cautious, no need to push the kid. That says a lot about how they view him, too. They see him as a long-term asset, no reason to rush it. And you know what? I'm hoping the same thing applies to Yetur Gross-Matos, who also showed up on the PUP list. That guy's got something to prove this season, and the defense could definitely use his help off the edge. But back to Pearsall. This is the window. This is the chance. It's rare for a rookie to walk into a situation like this, where the stars just sort of align and open up the field for him, but that's what's happening here. The door is open, now it's on him to walk through it, and if he does, oh man, that changes the whole outlook of this offense. That validates the decision to use a first-round pick on him. That proves Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch knew exactly what they were doing, because it wasn't a flashy pick. It didn't get everyone hyped on draft night, but it might just be one of those sneaky smart moves that pays off big. You know the kind. The ones you look back on and think, wow, they nailed that. And you better believe if Pearsall shows out, all the fantasy managers who grab him late or stashed him on their taxi squad are going to be feeling like geniuses. But not everything's sunshine and rainbows right now. There's some stuff to keep an eye on. Like I said earlier, Demarcus Robinson, yeah, it's looking like his suspension is basically a lock at this point. We're hearing it's probably going to be around 3 games. It's tied to a violation of the league's substance abuse policy. There was some confusion before. People thought maybe it was a DUI situation, but no, that wasn't it. Either way, it's not great timing. And with everything going on in that receiver room, his absence just makes Pearsall's opportunity even bigger. The Niners are going to need someone to step up, period. And on the defensive side, let's not overlook something kind of flying under the radar. Jair Brown is not on the PUP list. That's a win. That's something nobody really talked about when the list dropped, but it's important. He missed time during OTA letters with a minor injury, so to see him fully cleared now, huge. Because safety depth is thin, Malik Mustafa is Still out, George Odom just got released. More on him in a second, and that whole unit needs guys who are available and ready to go. Getting Brown back healthy is a serious plus. Speaking of George Odom, yeah, that one caught a few people off guard. The dude played more than 2/3 of the special team snaps last year. He's been a key piece of that unit, but we found out he had elbow surgery last month, so maybe that played into the decision. Could be a roster numbers thing, too. The team might need to make space. It happens during the offseason, especially when a new special teams coordinator comes in, and let's be honest, Odom might have just been the odd man out. Doesn't mean he's done in the NFL. Could totally see him getting brought back if the situation shifts. The Niners have done that plenty of times with players floating around the edge of the roster. You want an example? Trent Taylor, that guy, was in and out of the organization multiple times. It's part of the business. And with the new coordinator Brent Bursch, he's clearly trying to bring in his guys. So it's very possible Odom just didn't fit into that new vision still. Even with that little cloud hanging over, there's optimism in the air. Training camp is right around the corner. We're 2 days away. That buzz is building, and you can feel it. Football is back. I don't know about you, but I couldn't wait any longer. I was sitting on the couch this past Sunday missing football like crazy. So I pulled up an old game just to feel the energy again. Went back to the 2020 season, specifically the matchup against the Seahawks. Figured it was a good choice since that's who the Niners open up against this year. And man, going back and watching that game, Brock Purdy's second ever NFL start. It reminded me why so many of us believe in this kid. He was clean, confident, in command, barely threw an incompletion in the first half, and what really jumped out watching it again was how quickly he worked through his progressions. On that one deep touchdown to George Kittle, about 58 yards if I remember right. Kittle was his third read, and yet Purdy got to him so fast, the defense had no shot to adjust. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. That's elite processing, and guess what? That's not just me saying that. Greg Cosell, a guy who studies tape better than just about anyone, talked about it recently. He was on a podcast and broke down how the NFL has changed from the days of Brady, Breeze, and Manning, guys who operated before the snap. These days, most quarterbacks are post-snap processors. They take the snap and react. And Cosell straight up called Brock Purdy an elite processor. That's high praise. Because Cosell doesn't throw that kind of compliment around lightly. He sees something in Purdy. And we've seen it to dot so between Pearsall looking ready, Purdy's showing continued growth, and some key guys avoiding the PUP list. This camp is shaping up to be a big one. There's still some stuff to watch, absolutely. But you can't help but feel fired up when you think about the potential. Football is back. Let's go dot and while the buzz around Pearsall and the optimism surrounding Brock Purdy keep the vibes positive. There's still that undercurrent of curiosity and uncertainty, that edge of your seat feeling. That comes with any NFL offseason. Because as much as fans want to feel good going into training camp, there are still so many moving pieces to consider, and I don't just mean with the roster. I'm talking about chemistry, timing, new faces fitting into old systems, young guys trying to figure out the speed of the league, veterans fighting to keep their roles. Training camp is a proving ground. And this one, for the 49ers, is going to be intense. One of the biggest reasons this camp is so fascinating is because of how much it will reveal about the depth of the roster. We already know the top-line talent is there, the stars are in place. But the story of every NFL season is written in the middle and at the bottom of the depth chart. Can the second unit hold its own when injuries hit? Can an unknown name emerge out of nowhere and force the coaching staff to keep them around? These are the battles that matter. And we've already seen in past years that the Niners are more than willing to trust guys who earn it, regardless of draft status or contract size. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The San Francisco 49ers may be riding high on talent and recent success, but a storm could be brewing behind closed doors, according to whispers circling NFL insiders. Star running back Christian McCaffrey allegedly made a bold and unexpected statement about fellow offensive weapon Brandon AIYUK that could send shockwaves through the 49ers locker room. The supposed comment, which has yet to be confirmed by official sources, has McCaffrey openly criticizing AIYUK, reportedly saying he doesn't like him. That's right, in a team known for its tight-knit chemistry and unified front. Such a comment, if true, marks a rare glimpse into possible internal friction. Details of the alleged statement are still murky, but speculation is growing. Was it frustration over AIYUK's recent contract situation, tensions over leadership roles in the offense, or simply a personal clash boiling over after months of underlying tension? While no context has been officially provided, the very idea that McCaffrey, widely known for his professionalism and team-first mentality, would speak out so bluntly is, in itself, headline-worthy. Some sources close to the team suggest this could be a momentary outburst, blown out of proportion by a heated training camp or lingering frustration after a playoff loss. Others are treating it as a sign of deeper discontent in the 49ers star-studded locker room. Fans and analysts are now left wondering how this alleged comment might affect team dynamics going forward. Will head coach Kyle Shanahan step into mend fences? Could this spark a larger rift or even impact AIYUK's long-term future with the team? For now, it's all just talk, a rumor swirling in the off-season winds, but in the NFL, where perception can be as powerful as performance, even a whisper of discontent can turn into a storm. One thing is certain, all eyes will be on San Francisco as this potential drama unfolds. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.